So, first and foremost, I am Keita, aka Access Denied, aka NJLI, founder of NJLI, a communal art therapy business.
Keita. Trans Masc.
Trans
Masc.
Masc.
Yes.
Okay. Trans Masc.
Yes.
Okay. Hello, y'all. I'm Keita, aka Access Denied, aka NJLI, founder of NJLI, a communal art therapy business. And I just want to be able to bring to you the interview with me and my brother, Phoenix Rose Carrington. And we'll talk about his experience as he transitions in this life, right? Without further ado, if we can give a nice big round of applause for Phoenix Rose Carrington. Phoenix, how would you like to be introduced and what pronouns do you use?
So I use they, them, he, him, as long as it's not she, her. So either one of those.
Okay. Can you share a little bit about who you are outside of your trans identity, your hobbies, passions, or interests?
So I love sorry.
Don't be shy. We family here.
I love going outdoors. Like I love traveling. I love camping. That's my favorite thing in the world is camping. I'm talking about tent, not on the
He want to get in the rhythm of it.
Right, like actually, like on the floor, like cooking on the little campfire, and all of that. So, yeah,
That's a beautiful thing. So when we talk about identity first, most often we go into our culture, we go into race. You go into where you grew up. So, could you tell us a little bit about what being Filipino means to you personally?
Oh wow, that's a good question. What does Filipino mean to me? So, okay. So, Filipino is it's kind of like Brazil, I guess. Like it's a whole mix of everything. It's really rare to find like an actual like pure indigenous, but to be Filipino, we're very hospitable people, and this is one thing about Filipinos as well. We joke around about almost everything. Like we don't really take things seriously in a way, not in that like how do you say it? It's more so like we laughed our
Familial,
pain, right?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, like we laughed our pain, kind of, we joke around about it. We don't really get deep into it. Or a lot of us are jokesters. We just laugh through it all, and that's kind of like our medicine. It's kind of good and a bad.
So how has
way.
Filipino culture influenced your understanding of gender and identity?
Ooh. So first and foremost, our language actually is not like it's non-binary. There's no particularly like saying he, she. It's actually they, them. So if you really think about it, it's beautiful. Like that was my first language, and for us to literally just what do you call it? Pretty much like it's gender neutral. It's pretty cool, especially now I'm trans masc non-binary. So and the Philippines now it's more accepting with queer community and stuff. Before it was harder, so that's why I didn't come out when I was there. I came out when I was here in the US.
Beautiful response. And knowing across the board, I would say, as an ally of the LGBTQAI plus community, that there's a lot of transition that goes into coming out to your family members, coming out to your friends, people that you know and feel as though you trust. How has your family and cultural community responded to your transition?
That's tough because I had to come out 3 times, I believe. Yes, 3 times. The first, obviously, I came out as actually bisexual because I feel like I had to go easy on my mom, and then transitioning to full-on lesbian. Then now later on transitioning to trans Masc. I would say actually 4th, because trans Masc, and then I wasn't on hormones yet. I wasn't on T, and I felt I didn't need to at the time until later on. Your sister actually helped me figure that out myself. That was what I wanted. So yeah, 4th time kind of coming out. Like, yes, I'm going through the changes on my outside shell, and it doesn't change the fact that obviously I'm non-binary.
Right.
It's just a shell that needed to be more masculine. So it was tough. It took a while to. It's kind of like nope, and then again nope, and I mean I still did it anyways, but no until finally it's like there's nothing they can do. I'm sorry that I felt like I'm in a Miss Universe fashion. Like
You are. When did you first start understanding your gender identity, and what helped you gain clarity? And I will say, based off of a part of the response that you were giving, it sounds like you had some clarity, but was maybe feel fearful or not sure of how the response would be from your community or from your family.
Yes. So that's pretty much it. It's the, like, if you know Filipino culture, it is a very religious country. Like, it's church-based country, and so it was really like tough for me to, because I knew from such a young age that there was something wrong, according to people. Like, I knew that there was something there that I'm like, I was meant to be a boy. I used to play with, with society norm for boys,
right.
And like, guns and just basketball. I used to play basketball heavily in the Philippines. So, I always thought that I was meant to be a boy. I even cut my hair really short. I would say, Demi Moore from The Ghost.
Yes.
So
like a buzz cut.
Right. Like, if you look at my old younger photos, baby photos, it was always short until later on. But so it was tough because of what people believed over there. Like, I mean, even here, like, Filipino mentality, just, it's a sin, it's an abomination. And if you go on my TikTok, a lot of the videos and Filipinos seeing the videos, they're still saying it. So that, when I finally, when I came to America, I became more feminine. It was super weird. It was more in touch with my feminine, so I was confused again. Then I'm like, no, I'm not gay. Like, I like boys and, and this and that. And then it changed again because it's pretty much I keep shoving it just down that it's not it. And then 2010, when I first realized that it was possible to female to male transitioning, that there's hormones, it was like whoa, and I wanted to then. But it was not, again, I did not want to be disowned. I didn't, I was in my 20s, it was just tough. So overall, I decided not to. And also, again, the person I was in a relationship with was like, I'm leaving you if you become, because I'm a lesbian, I like girls, so it's sort of thing. And until now, again, I met your sister that accepts me for who I am and whatever I decide to do, so.
Have you, even with that experience, have you found any level of support within the Filipino or Asian LGBT community?
Um, Again, it's kind of tough because there were some some of the queer community lesbian, like they accepted me for being a lesbian. Even my mom, like, it's okay to be a lesbian, just not changing my body and
Right.
mutilating it, or
Right.
it's just like, so it was very disheartening, but for the most part, which my friends adventure fiends, like, they're my family. And when I first told them about, I mean, they knew about the 2010 one, but that they thought I was maybe joking.
Mm-hmm.
But when I finally told them about me being a trans Masc and changing my name, it was full on support.
Mm-hmm.
And right away they were calling me my name, and I mean, they tried with the pronouns.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of hard, but now I think it's a lot easier because it's coming to more passing, and so yeah, like with my friend group, like and which the only thing matters, and meet people.
What conversations
Absolutely.
do you think need to happen more within communities of color about trans identity?
I feel like, again, it'd be your own community too sometimes, that would like kind of disown you, or
Yeah.
I mean, what's happening right now with the whole Trump administration, and there, you can look it up, there's a lot on TikTok. I even know a person who's famous and she's doing that, but I'm not gonna say her name.
Yeah.
But like, they're the gays and queers that are anti-trans, which is so weird to me, because you are celebrating pride, and what paved the way for you are trans women. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. I even have goosebumps just talking about it, because it's just, you're celebrating pride because of a trans person, and you're telling them they don't exist, and that there's something wrong with us.
For families who may be struggling to understand, what advice would you give them?
So for families, I understand, like, I would say for parents, right? I'm sure it's not easy to, especially being religious, right? I'm talking to those kind of people. I feel like I understand that, it's in the Bible and it's against your beliefs. But first and foremost, we're human, period. Like, human, no gender, just human. So for your child, the most precious thing that's ever happened to you, I hope, you love them no matter what. Whatever they decide, whatever, if they, it's like Halloween, right? I mean, it's not, but I'm just, it's like they want to be a penguin. Like, it's like, okay, you're a penguin. You want to be a princess. Like, but anyways, it is tough, but honestly, like I always say, I'd rather have a kid who expresses themselves and telling me, like, how they feel, and truly who they are, instead of me like trying to figure out who they are.
Right.
Like, it's they're being open about it, and this is what they want to do, and this is what they feel. And mind you, it takes like extensive therapy sessions and psychiatry sessions, like all of that stuff, in order for a child or anyone to even get to hormone therapy. They have to analyze everything. It's not just given to them just because they say, I'm trans. No. And I'd rather have a happy, healthy kid than a depressed and wanting to, because they can't be who they are, they can't live authentically and their truth. So it's just really that. It's a matter of like deciding which one do you want for a child. Do you want a child that's closer to you? Do you want a child that's, they can't wait till they get out of the house so they can be free for whatever they want to do? And so
Okay.
I'm sorry. Also, I want to add, because this is very important, and that's another thing too, because we are being targeted. So when your child tells you that they are trans, you can actually find ways to protect them.
Mm-hmm.
They're not telling you, they're hiding all that stuff, or like you're against it. That just makes it even more difficult because we have our own demon that we deal with on a daily. So the next thing we want is the person that we love, the person that's close to us, who's also throwing stones at us and disowning us when we need them the most. So
Absolutely. I think that's so important, and this is part of why I'm doing this interview, because I think that one of the things that is a part of the problem is people's lack of understanding. And people fear what they don't understand. So I have one last question for you. One last hard question for you. What is something that you're proud of right now that most people don't know?
Wow. That's a good one. Most proud? Whoo, you get me emotional. I would say honestly, just to finally decide, like me finally owning my truth and being so true to myself that I don't even care what's the mumble. That's all they are, just mumble, because all I hear is myself and what the inside of me is telling me. The inner child, my higher self, is telling me that this is what I'm meant to be, and just not, no more fear of getting disowned, no more fear of like, oh, what if they say this, or they're embarrassed of me, or this and that. Like, it's just me, it's just my voice, that's it, that's all that matters. And I'm very proud of that at a 40 years old. It took me, I just started last year, it took me not 39 years, but it took me a long time to finally get to where I'm at, and to finally make that decision to do it for myself, because I've deprived myself for so long. That for me, I'm just so proud of that, because like we're here now, and I'm gonna quote my friend Joey, I'm in my body now, so that feels great. So yeah.
I would personally like to put into everyone's brain something that's so important that he mentioned about people knowing themselves. I feel like a lot of people come and judge the LGBT community as confused, or as they don't know themselves. But who knows themselves more than yourself? And people constantly are going around telling people who they are, which doesn't make sense, right? You're going to tell someone that they're not gay. You're going to tell someone that they don't love who they love. You're going to tell someone that they don't feel like they have masculine tendencies or feminine tendencies, or that they actually feel like that's what they're supposed to be in their soul. We can't examine someone's soul. No one can. But you can accept, you can learn, in the places that you're curious, in the places that you don't understand, so that we can come together as a community. If you look at the world and how it is in disarray, it's built out of fear, it's built out of confusion, and it's built out of chaos. So just bringing these things to these different platforms to make sure that people are gathering that understanding from different parts, especially with my brother here that gets to experience multiple different experiences as someone of Filipino descent, someone that has gone through multiple transitions through their identity journey, right? So again, I thank you for taking this time and doing this interview with me.
Thank you for having me. I'm nervous of you.
It was so good. It's so good.
I love you.
I love you too.